Good day to you, folks of YouTube. I am your host, Vert343, and welcome to another Doom Eternal video. This time we're going to be talking about heaven, whether we're going to be fighting them or not, what the lore around them will be, and whether we'll see the Seraphim in Doom Eternal. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and BFG blast that bell icon to see more from me, and with that out of the way, on with the video. Just like, well, literally everything else about Doom Eternal, we know very, very little about heaven. However, unlike the whereabouts of Vega, we have got plenty to speculate on. The most significant and therefore important piece of evidence that we have is the story trailer of E3 2019, which provides us with voice lines that somehow clarify almost everything and leave almost everything up for speculation at the exact same time. The most important lines, verbatim, are, "Why are you here? What you interfere with now is bigger than you can imagine. If you continue, you will bring down the heavens' wrath, and they are no longer your people to save." These lines are spoken by a character who we don't actually get to see speak them, although we can guarantee they are affiliated with heaven in some way. In the trailer, there are two characters who look like they could potentially be the ones speaking the lines. One is a glowing blue guy that looks more like a ghost than a physical being, and the second is an angel of some sort, with ghostly glowing yellow wings and a form similar to that of the corrupted wraiths of Argent D'Nur in Doom 2016. The blue character, who from now on we're going to call the Throne Guy, is the only one out of the two of them to have a definitive human form, and is also the only one out of the two that we can confirm is actually a living character and not a robot. He looks to be wearing light armour in a similar-ish style to that of the Doomslayer himself, with a statue of what looks to be a Night Sentinel right behind him. He is also sitting on a throne. The other notable thing about this character is his colour. He's blue, while Doom Eternal's trailers have always associated heaven with white, and the building he's in is very grey, in a way reminding me of the structures from Argent D'Nur in Doom 2016 in its design. This makes me think that the Throne Guy is not necessarily an associate of heaven. In fact, due to his ghostly presence and location, I'd guess he could be an associate or even member of the Night Sentinels. On the other hand, the angel-like character, who from now on we will just refer to as the Angel, is very different in design, having a styling not even close to that of the Throne Guy. He is also shown on one of the pieces of official art, which is shown as potentially being box art for the Nintendo Switch, in the same pose as he is shown in the story trailer. Although we know very little about the Angel as he is shown, and his background doesn't help much either, we can assume he is an associate of heaven, or at least was at some point. It is plausible that this is the Seraphim, or at least one of them, potentially even being the one who blessed the Slayer with the power to get more power from killing demons. Also, quickly addressing the Seraph being the singular argument, I've never seen that officially confirmed, nor have I ever seen that way of making something plural. So until it is officially confirmed by id Software, I will hold that, like some other words, Seraphim is both the singular and the plural in the context of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Although it's entirely possible that it could be either of these characters talking, I'm going to guess that it's neither of them. I'm saying this because it's widely accepted that it's the Seraphim talking at the start of Doom 2016, which also makes sense as they are egging the Slayer on to kill every single demon he comes across until hell wets its pants again. On the contrary, not only is the trailer voice not the one speaking at the start of Doom 2016, but it's also much less supportive of the Doomslayer's desire to murder every single demon he comes across in a slew of different brutal and bloody ways. This means that the trailer voice is likely the quote-unquote god of the Doom universe, since he wouldn't have the same relationship with the Slayer as the Seraphim, nor would he have such a colossal investment of time and power to worry about. This also makes sense in that if he doesn't have the personal investment but does respect the Seraphim's time and investment, he wouldn't want to try and stop the Slayer if he doesn't have to, but he's completely willing to wage war against him if he doesn't stop. This also makes the line, "they are no longer your people to save," make much more sense, since it's unlikely the quote-unquote god who hasn't taken a personal interest in the Slayer would know that his motivation is just to kill demons. For the same reason it makes sense of the line, "why are you here?" The Seraphim would very likely know that the Doomslayer just wants to kill demons. If you really look into it, the line about this being bigger than the Slayer could imagine also makes sense if it's the god speaking, as he would have some sort of large-scale long-term plan about to go into action, which he would assume that the Slayer can't imagine the scale of. This plan could be literally anything from restarting the Earth with a new species to leaving it to the demons while he goes off to make more planets. Flipping the script to talk about the gameplay, what does this mean for all of us in the game? Well, it means we're likely going to be fighting Heaven, or at least some portion of it. If we are fighting Heaven, what will the enemies look like, would be my first question, and well, I would assume that they will follow the design style of the Angel, potentially keeping the Revenant-like partially robotic looks. They could also range massively similarly to demons, with smaller angels being less impressive and less dangerous, while ones that are more similar to the Angel are some of the tougher ones, possibly even bosses or mini-bosses of some sort. We could also assume that they will be more powerful than demons unit for unit, since it is likely they will be solely mid to late game enemies, meaning their attacks will likely be stronger or harder to dodge. There may even be one or two boss fights against Heaven, with the one that I'm hoping for being a boss fight against God himself. Though I don't think id Software will have us fight God himself yet, since Doom Eternal is only the second game in the revival of the Doom franchise, it's still something I would like to see. There is also the fact that the implication of the Doomslayer killing God is that the Doomslayer is now more powerful than God. It's still something I want to see, to be honest. Though this is all just a theory, so don't go getting your nipples in a twist, until the game actually comes out at least. But please do remember to comment your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Vert343 signing off. Peace out, gentlemen.